We're here at the WDWNT studio. We're here on iDrive in Orlando, Florida, where we film a number of our shows. There's News Today with WW News Today and WW News Tonight on Thursdays. But also when people come here, we do have a section for a live audience. People buy tickets at www.newstonight.com to come see the show on Thursdays. And when they come, they get to see stuff. There's stuff over here. We decided we were going to use some of our space as sort of a little exhibit space. And when people come, they come like a half hour before the show and they can come look around. And there's refreshments and things for them also. But there's a changing exhibit space. And so since we opened the studio on, what was it, August 1st? I don't even remember anymore. It's the beginning of August. We opened the studio. And so around that time, the Haunted Mansion was celebrating its 50th anniversary, and so we thought the first exhibit we should do would be the Haunted Mansion 50th, and so that's what we did. And so before we tear it down, which it's gonna get torn down in the next couple days because we have a lot of big cool stuff coming in for our next exhibit that people who visit will get to see. I figured I would document it, make sure that we have proof that it existed, and maybe those of you who didn't join us could check out some of the stuff that was here on display. Of course, one of the haunted mansions is Phantom Manor, Disneyland Paris, and so we have some merchandise stuff from Disneyland Paris. I always love this. Is a wood board thing they sold. I think it's back in stock now, but it was sold out for a while. There's that. Also up here, there's we couldn't fit it in the case, but people could look at this. This was the newspaper they gave out before the reopening, I believe. Maybe it was at the opening event. I don't remember. But yes. There's also a number of things from the Haunted Mansion 50th event. Someone gave us one of the little paddle things that they were using at the event at Disneyland. There's this framed pin set. There's some cool things. There's the clock they sell. You can buy that at Disneyland, Disney World. Even Disneyland Paris has that. One of my favorite things I got was a friend of mine who went to Club 33 last year. During the celebration, managed to get me a set of these Haunted Mansion 50th Anniversary Club 33 Tiki mugs, which are, of course, of the busts that you'll find in the queue in some, well, it depends on the version of the Haunted Mansion. Sometimes they're in the queue, sometimes they're in the ride, but they're mugs. You can see you could pour a drink in that. I don't know why you would want to. These are very hard to get. The cool thing was they also made swizzle sticks and they made matching coasters. They're really great. So they're ceramic. They're very cool. Below that, we have the now discounted Host a Ghost jars. They weren't discounted when I bought them. But I did buy the whole set. And, of course, here on YouTube, you've probably seen these. I did a whole video opening all of them. But then we have some of our stuff from the 50th event we went to. Our lanyard, the map, all that fun stuff. Then down here, you got some other sort of things. That was a card. There was a card on the left. The I was there if you were there that day for the 50th. The card on the right, you had to eat at River Belle Terrace and order the special dessert. And you got one per party. This cool 50th anniversary card is pretty neat. There's a Toy Story characters as Hitchhiking Ghost cup from Tokyo. Shot glass, some Vinylmation Park stars. Look it up, kids. I know they don't exist anymore. And then we have some of the Trader Sam's tiki mugs from the last few Halloweens. These are all Florida ones. So the original one with the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and then the newer ones with the Hatbox Ghost. All right, come up here. They sell that now. That's the Madame Leota foam headstone thing. We have some more Phantom Manor stuff. There's the book, which they sell, which is really great. If you can get one. It's a book about the history and the refurbishment of the attraction. And then I've got these cool limited edition keys, which they sold recently. They're sold out. But these cool limited edition keys of the Phantom and Melanie from Phantom Manor. And you could see like the little, I probably should have taken things out, but you'll see. There's the Phantom Manor as the little picks on the key. The teeth of the key. Excuse me. And then we got this guy. I'm going to focus on this guy. This is an actual piece of the banister from the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. It was there from 1971 until early 2007 when they closed the ride for refurbishment. Someone on the project at the time came in one day. The teardown people had finished ripping apart the banister and threw all these in the garbage. And they were like, hey, these shouldn't go in the garbage. This is really cool. I'm going to take one home. And they took one home. And then years later, their wife yelled at them that they didn't want this weird banister in the house anymore. And so, yeah. So then I ended up with it. It was sold to me, and I have this piece of banister from the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. It's pretty cool. And they all have them. They're all this style. They're all made of wood. You'll see it in every Haunted Mansion around the world in some form. Of course, there's more jars. There's the infamous beignet holder, popcorn bucket, and drink cup with the hitchhiking ghosts. Some art I picked up from Imagineer Larry Nicolai, which is available at the 50th anniversary festivities. But sadly, the thing about that event was half the stuff I bought and lugged from California ended up being here. But that wasn't supposed to be the case. They never said any of it was going to come here. And so went all the way out to California for a special 50th anniversary event. And most of the stuff could just be bought elsewhere. So fun. Good times. I still love this piece, though. All right, we're going to swing over here. These guys you actually did have to go to California to get. These are the part of the sketch program. You know, you go to the Disneyana store or other locations, and they have a sketch program. And there's an artist there, and they sit there and draw in front of you all day. For the 50th anniversary, they did special versions of sketches you could order from them anytime with this little Haunted Mansion 50th with them. So there's Tightrope Girl, Sally. There's this one, which is I'll try to get the glare. This is the Hatbox Ghost. The cool thing is if you have a UV light, the head actually appears in the box. So if you have a black light or whatever, you can see that his head will appear in the box. I don't know if you look close, you could see that it's kind of there. But they drew it on with special ink, so you could do that. I think it's pretty fun. I'll jump to the other two while we're doing this. And so here is Constance. Here's a little, you see there's a 50 up at the top. And then of course we have the singing busts, and all of these say 50th anniversary or 50 somewhere on them. I'll back up to this. This is the Haunted Mansion perfume that came out a couple months ago. I thought the bottle was really cool, and it was just such a weird oddball item that I wanted it. Actually, it was a gift from my parents. They were here and like, oh, we'll buy you a perfume. It's great. So perfume I'll never use, obviously. The Leota Pop Vinyl. We have the Tomb Sweet Tomb picture frame that's on sale. The 50th anniversary Doom Buggy toy. More of these guys. The infamous knocker. There's a pin from the 45th anniversary that I got. A jumbo pin of the attraction poster. From Tokyo, there's a key ring. It comes on an interesting card. The key ring is the bat stanchion from the ride. Weird, cool thing. I love that it has the card with it, the Leota card. We have a reproduction of the original album. Some more of the 50th anniversary pins that were available. I collect these. I've always liked these, the ink and paint cells. Similar to the sketch program, there's an ink and paint cell program at Disneyland. Used to have one at Hollywood Studios. You can still buy them. They have a lot left of many of the ones they made. But this was for the 50th anniversary. They decided to do a Haunted Mansion one. And there's some really cool art in the background of all the ghosts. And then the ink and paint cell is the caretaker and the dog. And it comes with a pin that you can only get in the set. And then there's a postcard signed by all of the ink and paint artists at Disneyland who make these. And also there's a really cool Haunted Mansion frame that they put it in. The frame's pretty cool. We have the sign that they sell at the parks, the replica of the sign. What do we got down here? We have the jumbo pin from the 50th. We have the Constance box set of all her wedding cards. This is really cool. These are at Tokyo in the Magic Shop. they still have all these, you probably remember these weird things where you hold them to your face, you pull them away slow, and you can see like a hidden image. There's a Haunted Mansion one. Mickey and Minnie are dressed as the cast members at the attraction. You pull away and there's a image of a ghost. They're printed on hard plastic. They're pretty cool. The Easter eggs, the Haunted Mansion ghost Easter eggs. We have the 50th anniversary version of the photo frame, the 50th years, the regular version of the Doom Buggy toy. We have a set of Post-it notes from Tokyo Disneyland for the Haunted Mansion. They have a number of attraction little Post-it note sets. Stationery stuff is very big in Japan. They really love that stuff. So there's a little Post-it note set. Reproduction of the album with the Haunted Mansion art. More of the infamous Hosta Ghost jars. Here's some cool things from Japan. I really like these. So to the left, that is a candy case. You can put like little candies in that. The Doom Buggy with Mickey in it. And then one of my favorite things is Tomy. The company makes mostly die-cast cars. They make other stuff too. But I think they're most famous for their die-cast cars. Did these die-cast Doom Buggies that hook together. They refer to them as Tomika at Tokyo Disney. But they're these little Doom Buggies hooked together. The little doors on the front even open. They pop open like the real Doom Buggy. And then there's ghosts inside. And they wheel around because they're little die-cast vehicles. Those are pretty neat. And then the last thing we have at the bottom here, these are the concept art cards and pins that were sold at the D23 Expo based on Mark Davis and other Imagineer concept art for things that didn't make it in to the Haunted Mansion / Museum of the Weird. That stuff didn't make it, but so that's what we've been showing people who have come here to the studio. There's various other stuff on display as well. There's a whole bunch of Cars stuff over here. The Cars stuff is gonna be staying for a little while, but nonetheless, the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary is coming to an end. We'll take this down, and we're gonna have some pretty cool stuff coming in. So hopefully you guys will come visit us for a show and come see what we have on display.